Hello, my name is Amy Jordan, and today I will be presenting my interpersonal communication project for HSCO 508, Liberty University. In order to give you a cue as to when I will be advancing the slide, I will simply say the word slide to help you follow along with the presentation. Slide. To give you an idea of what I'll be discussing today, I have provided an outline, and it goes as follows. Introduction, my overarching goal, what is communication and enlarging the conversation, my background and behavior blend, potential barriers, solutions to noise pollution, and last but not least, my plan of action. Slide. A little bit about me. My name is Amy Jordan. I live in Columbia, South Carolina. I've been with my fiance for 6 years. We have 2 daughters and a son, who is Nadia, she's 8, Kwamis is 15, and my son Nalin, he's 4. I've been in the medical field for 7 years, and my current career goal is human service counseling with a concentration in marriage and family. Slide. So what is interpersonal communication? That's what this project is all about. That's what this class is all about. And I want to simply start off by defining communication. According to Stewart, in the most general sense, the term communication and communicating label the continuous, complex, collaborative process of verbal and nonverbal meaning making. Basically, this is how we make sense of things. It's how we communicate. Peterson described communication in 2 levels. Level 1 is sharing information, and at this level you give and receive information and discuss the points of views. And level 2, connecting with others, and at this level you go deeper than words, and this leaves us with a more fulfilling relationship throughout the development of trust, intimacy, and a more personal sharing. To get more specific about interpersonal communication, Stewart says it happens when the people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of the person. According to Emery, communication is like breathing. We do it without thinking about how we do it. Slide. Communication as inhaling and exhaling. Stewart used breathing metaphors to describe 2 aspects of communication. Inhaling is receiving the message communicated by the sender, and exhaling is output or sending your message to another person. The goal of effective communication is to move the relationship to a higher level of trust and freedom. This goal can be attained if we can focus more on inhaling the conversation versus exhaling the conversation. Slide. So when we first started this class, we had to come up with the overarching goal. And for me, that is to improve my listening skills by becoming a level 1 listener. My current state is a level 3 listener. I listen to spares quietly just to get a chance to talk. We also had to take an interpersonal communication quiz on queendom.com, and I scored an 80. It stated that I was a good communicator and that I am extremely good at interpreting other people's words and actions and seeing things from their perspective. Burley and Allen defines a level 1 listener as one who listens empathetically, does not allow personal or outside distractions, and suspends one's own thought and feelings to give attention solely to the talker. They have verbal and nonverbal mannerism that demonstrates true listening. Peterson states that a listener should provide safety, understanding, and clarify what is said without agreeing, advising, disagreeing, or defending. Slide. So what is enlarging the conversation? According to Stewart, there's a direct link between the quality of your communication and the quality of your life. Stewart also states that meaningful listening requires you to see, hear, and feel with your whole being. Enlarging the conversation involves all the dramatics of interpersonal communication, conversation, and dialogues that occurs in relationship, according to Reynolds Maid. And that includes empathetic listening, nonverbal communication, and self-disclosure. Enlarging the conversation helps us live a more genuine, authentic life, which in turn helps us build closer relationships and maintain them as well. Slide. So what is enlarging conversation for me? Learning to listen effectively. According to Levitti, the critical issue is not whether individuals speak and listen, but rather individuals speak and listen to one another in a humane manner. And for me, that is not jumping to conclusions, thinking before I speak, being patient in formulating the opinions, and last but not least, avoiding negativity. Slide. My background. I grew up in a solid family. I'm the youngest of 2 children. I'm the first in the family to get a college education. We lived by very strict rules. We were thought very highly of. We were afraid to fail, but overall, I lived in a very supportive home. Slide. The DISC profile. What this consists of? D is for dominance, I is for influence, S is for sturdiness, and C is for compliance. And how I play in this? My behavior blend, this is what is expected of me. To be sensitive and submissive, still and quiet, a crowd blender, loyal and friendly, withdrawn and reserved in public. Think I am supposed to do what I am told rather than what I want, and pleasing and easygoing. And I'm that sometimes, but this is really me. I'm passive, I'm shyer than others, not antisocial. I'm loyal, I'm a good friend. I do it right the first time, and I do it one thing at a time. I'm protective of the truth. I avoid the limelight. I'm humble, quiet, and compliant. Slide. So how does my behavior being in my background influence my conversation positively and negatively? On the positive side, I'm people and I'm task oriented. Patient. I care about others. I'm a loyal listener. I'm seen as intelligent. I'm dependable, and I'm organized. On the negative side, I'm not a strong leader. I'm shyer than others. I tend to be doubtful. I don't like change. I'm indecisive. I'm kind of a perfectionist, and I avoid conflict. Slide. So what are my potential barriers? I'm a biased listener. I listen to things that I want to listen to, and I form my opinion and say it. I'm the faker. I act like I'm listening. I smile, but I'm really not, when I know I should be. I'm the interrupter. Once I formulate my opinion or my conclusion, I wait for a chance for me to interrupt, and I interrupt and offer my opinion. I'm a problem solver. I'm always trying to jump in and solve people's problems instead of listening to what they really have to say. Slide. So some solutions to my barriers is listening with understanding, non-judgmentally and non-critically, not forming an opinion until I have the information, having that eye contact, repeating statements that clarify what the person is saying, allowing this person to finish thoughts and ideas before me jumping in, letting the person know that I am listening and not always offering a solution. Slide. Noise pollution. Noise pollution can be internally and externally. I'm going to start off with internally. Internally, I have a lack of concentration. I can't focus if I'm distracted by things. I'm biased. Again, I jump in and just offer my opinion whenever I find a chance to jump in. And I hear what I want to hear. And some solutions to that is for me to focus on these 3. And for me, remember not to formulate an opinion until I have the information. I dig deeper with the known info. To always repeat what I think I am hearing. Slide. And some external pollutions are the room temperature, interruptions or phone calls, background noise, and uncomfortable settings. And some solutions to that is to eliminate any distractions, to try making the setting as comfortable as possible, and always ask, is there anything that you can do for them? Slide. And last but not least, my plan of action. From here on out, my plan is to listen effectively, become a better listener, to think before I speak, to just not jump to conclusions before I have the facts, to avoid negativity and not be judgmental, to be mindful of the flat brain syndrome and the effects they have on others, being aware of what is hindering my listening skills, to make myself fully aware of the talker listening process, and to provide clarity, making sure that I repeat what is being said. Thank you for listening to my presentation. And here is my reference section.